Meters underground at this point. Very crooked off to the side.
But you can change.
No. We're committed to this. So, I'm Mateusz.
I'm Renata.
And together we are the BC Cats. And currently we are on the biggest adventure of our lives.
You probably don't know us because we are new to YouTube, but we already cycled for a few years. And we just did like some presentations about it, podcast, newspaper, but we decided that it's time to share it with more people.
Over the thousands of kilometers we cycled, we already saw so much beauty, met so many cool people, and we just have so many cool stories to tell that it would be a shame if it was just our family listening to the stories.
Yeah, before we started posting a bunch of videos about the current trip, we decided it was better to let you know a bit about us. You can start to tell us about you.
So, as I already told you, my name is Mateusz. I'm from Poland, from a beautiful coastal town of Gdynia. And I'm the mountain biker out of the two of us. I've loved bikes pretty much all my life. Riding bikes, working with bikes, fixing things on bikes. If I was not out on the trails riding my downhill bike, I was in the garage fixing what I broke last time out. But I never really connected the love for bicycles with me wanting to explore and see the world. And it wasn't until the first year of uni, while studying to become a naval engineer, that I connected the dots and started thinking about traveling by bike. And over the summer break of that first year, I decided to cycle to Tallinn, to the capital of Estonia, straight from home, which is around 1,000 kilometers, so not that much.
Not bad for a first trip.
Yeah, and clearly enough to get me hooked on the whole bike touring thing. And yeah, after the first trip I was pretty much addicted immediately. And after Tallinn, I was already plotting the route for my next adventure. And then came Istanbul, Scandinavia, a few shorter trips in between. But unfortunately, in the meantime, I also finished uni. I got a job, COVID came, I had a lot of work, and traveling wasn't possible. But I still kept dreaming about doing something like this, doing something big. And after 3 years of working behind the desk and deciding that it's now or never, I quit my job and off I went to cycle around Europe for a year. And that's where you come in, so you need to introduce yourself first.
Yeah, so I'm Renata, I'm from Caldas da Rainha in Portugal, and our stories are similar because just before COVID I started to think that I wanted to join some projects connected with sustainability, and for that I started to search on Workaway which cool projects I could join. In that search I found that almost everything that interested me at the time was in the north of Europe. I started to think that to go by bicycle, and the COVID came to me also, not just in Poland. So yeah, COVID arrived, and because I was at home and I had this project on my mind, I thought, what can I do during this time to make the dream come true? So I started to study to be a software developer, as in my mind it was like a door to a nomadic life.
Because psychology is not very conducive to remote work.
Yeah, so my background is in psychology, so I needed to do a jump to the other side, and that jump was like a short boot camp. Just 2 weeks after the boot camp, I found my dream job at GoParity, a Portuguese startup, and that made me reshape a bit my dreams. And I thought about just like put my bicycle on the bus to Amsterdam and start riding from there and join some workaway projects that I liked. I ended up cycle around Iceland by myself. I went to Norway to see Aurora Borealis, and it was time to get back to Portugal to go for Christmas and some work duties. But once I was in Portugal, I started to plan my next adventure. But this time I needed more bike. I needed to ride more. I made my decision about going from Spain to Norway. And that's when I met Mateus.
Yes, that's when we crossed paths in
Yeah.
Spain, of all places, nearby Valencia.
Right.
And, well, we were going the same direction, so we decided to stick together for a few days. And a few days quickly turned into a few weeks. And we found ourselves cycling together all the way from Valencia to Barcelona, where disaster struck, because we might have
Small
had one of our bikes stolen.
That bike. Alma.
Yeah, that was rough. And we spent like 5 days in Barcelona navigating the challenge of losing the bike and trying to manage the situation. But there's a bright side to this. We learned that we manage this sort of thing quite well together and that we work very well as a team. So after miraculously getting the bike back after a few days, still don't know how that really happened, but we decided to change plans.
You changed your plans. My plan was still going north.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you wanted to go to Norway. I wanted to go to Iran. So I changed my plans,
You
I
changed
changed
your
my
plan.
route, and we headed together to Norway.
Right.
Yeah, and well, we've been cycling together pretty much ever since.
Right, almost like 3 years riding and adventure together.
Yeah.
It feels like more time because we are
Feels like 10 years.
24 hours together. So the time we are not riding or in the small tents, we are taking small breaks to spend time with the family or even working abroad to get some money for all these.
It's not for free. It's cheap, but it's not for free.
Yeah. And what?
Well, we do some little side adventures,
Right. Including?
including the most important one recently. We just got married in June of last year. Funny day, Friday the 13th. And yeah, that was already quite an adventure actually, that wedding. Because she's Portuguese and I'm Polish, it's an international wedding. And turns out Portuguese bureaucracy is rough. But we clearly didn't have enough challenges with the wedding
made
and
it.
everything. We made it, we succeeded, and we were hungry for more. We decided to take our bikes again and set off for the biggest adventure, all the way from Portugal to New Zealand, so pretty much to the other side of the world.
We sat together and we started to think what our dreams are.
What we wanted to do with our lives.
Yeah, so we decided that Mateus wanted to go to Algeria and
And Iran.
Iran, and I wanted to visit my family in Australia. And while searching the route, we understood that New Zealand is an antipode of Portugal.
Yes, it's exactly on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, so we came to this idea of riding to the other side of the world.
So this is the journey that we plan on documenting on this channel for the next few years, because it is a bit of a journey. It is quite far, and we don't exactly travel very fast, and we do like a detour. We really like to see some interesting things and beautiful places, and turns out that usually includes the bumpiest road and the highest mountain passes. So we make slow progress, but we see a lot, and we really want to experience as many cultures as possible, get to know as many people as possible,
Yeah.
and see the world, see it all, hopefully.
Right. So we don't know if we'll make it. Keep with us to see if it will be possible. We will be documenting by video on YouTube. We have a kind of podcast,
An audio journal.
audio journal on Substack, and on Polar Steps we have our routes and daily updates. For the geeks.
You can also see pretty much all the trip on Ride with GPS, our
Yes.
collection,
Everything will be in the description.
in the links below, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and we are very excited for this adventure and for you to see this adventure. Hopefully you will stick with us and join us on this beautiful road of ours.